How the hell you gonna say I'm late in your comments says at 7:30? What the fuck? What's up, Sammy? Steven? Has technical difficulties there, obviously. Tommy, Limpy, what's up, brother? You make it home yet? Rob, how's it going? John, what's up, brother Bill? Erica. Oh shit, Limpy, here you go. Stripper Glitter Media. Which one is that? Who's on the keyboards on that one today? Eric, what's up, Matthew? Jenny, Mike Jones. Thanks for the stars, brother. Oh my god. Come on, man. Y'all know how little sleep I got? I don't know how Jeff does it. I think between Thursday at 3:45 when I got up, 3:45 a.m. and yesterday when I went to bed at 10:30 p.m., I had probably like 9-10 hours sleep total. And I didn't run around nearly like Jeff did. The rainbow headband. That thing was a lifesaver. And then the No Prep Felons headbands, you soak them in water and keep your head cool. And I couldn't leave the tower doing the live feed, so I found this little hack. I made it a headband, and then I was pouring water on the top of my head, and the headband would hold the water up top there and keep me cool too. So I learned a little something. What's up? What's up, Haunted House? Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Long. That's all right. I got talked into going to Muncie Friday. So if you guys go there, I'll see you then. If not, maybe I'll see you at Magnolia on Saturday. If not, I'll definitely see you guys at PYOP. I think 16th, right? 17th. Because it's the day before my birthday. So I'm gonna go up to PYOP for my birthday weekend. What up, brother? At the airport. Oof. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Man, I felt bad we didn't get to hang out a little more. I miss you, brother. We haven't seen each other much this year. That sucks. Good seeing you, homie. I do not. That will be No Prep Felons was live for that one or during that time, so they'll have it over on the No Prep Felons live page. Never. I mean, I think it's not much less sleep than I normally get, but it's a lot more walking than I normally do. Even with the working out and stuff, I still put some steps in, man, at these races. Thank you. I got lucky and found a really good spot and just have fun with it. So I appreciate it. Yeah, the cooling towels, man, they're lifesavers. They're lifesavers. And if you're like me, you always forget them at home. So I have purchased like 8 or 9 of them now because I keep forgetting them. Nah, I'll catch up when I'm dead. You know what I mean? Occasionally I got to crash for, 6, 7, 8 hours, but otherwise I'll just, catch up when I'm dead, just like you. Thanks for the stars, homie. Appreciate it. Scotty, John. I don't wait, what the Hey, young lady, you guys killed it this weekend. Killed it. I don't, I don't, I don't know what kind of secret sauce, what kind of magic you guys been doing since last time I seen that car, but woof. That Firebird's happy now. Congratulations, you guys killed it. It was, man. It was. I just got lucky. You know, I saw Happy's kid. I didn't even know you could go up there because they had that tower last year, but it had speakers on it. So I just assumed that it was a speaker tower again. But then I saw Happy's kid up there watch, and I was like, "Oh, that's where I got to be," and it worked out. He got hung up in parachute, in Logan Duvall's parachute. So neither car got damaged, I don't believe, but just a little something, something. It was a big scare for everybody. Hell yeah. Well, I'll see you then. I'll make sure to bring you guys cups. I will be at 41 on the 24th for the next World Series event. After this live feed, I'm going to get everything updated for that. So we will be there on the 24th. I got you, boo. I'm sure you'll be back for Gangsters, right? I'll save you one. I bet you guys were humping. Hey, take it how you can get it, right? No, man, that front half game is wow. I mean, not that it was ever, not impressive before, but before it looks like this time it was like, we here. I was like, oh damn, that hurt. I know everybody that lined up was like afterwards. That thing is a monster now. Absolute monster. Thanks for the stars, brother. I appreciate it. I always forget them at home every time, and I always am like, make sure I pack my my cooler, my headband cooler. I always forget it. Yes, it was. Thankfully, I mean, there was just two little minor accidents, but nothing too crazy. I think that they have a bracket program there now, and I guess they've been spraying it a little bit for that. And the issue's always been the backside, the end. So hopefully the little glue residue leftovers helping them out, man. Definitely a lot less sketchy this time and a hell of a lot faster. More people going a lot faster. There's always been, a few that stood out from the crowd, but bro, I'm telling you, that's the whole new animal since last time I seen it. I haven't seen it for a while, but oof. Yes, bank robber is nasty. Bank robber is absolutely nasty. I mean, listen, 86 cars, not one dud. Not one dud. This is all the most gangster of the gangsters there was across the nation, man. And I don't think out of all the races I've been to across the country, I don't think there's been as many dogfight close races, like statistically, as there was this weekend. You can really tell on a good tight track how narrow the margin is now. I mean, most of these races were less than a car, barring, people spun tires or had, some sort of issue here and there. But a lot of times when both cars lined up and made a good pass, it was a car or less. There was very few blowouts or gaps that I would say were legitimate. Like both cars lined up, both cars had perfect passes. Shit always does happen. Robert, good evening, brother. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, awesome guy, awesome car, man. And that car's, man, it's just getting better and better over this last year, man. He's really crept up on it. Not that it's ever been a slouch, but you can definitely see the improvements in his program over the last 6 months, 6-9 months. It's amazing. Yeah, Frankenstein was amazing. I mean, listen, I didn't think that was the car for that place. I really thought they were going to have issues turning it down enough. I mean, it's such an amazing car, it's so light and all the shit, right? And I was like, man, thing went right down Broadway. You know, you never count the Prestons out. Talented, and I don't think there's very many people out there that test more than they do, because those guys probably test every day. One of the cars at a track, at a street, at something, you know, I think they test almost every damn day, it seems like. So they got that program together, and I was very impressed with what they were able to do coming back or going to Warren Woods with that car, and its first time there. We could talk about that. Here, I'll tell you what, let's do this. What about that Jasper and Callie Nate race? What's up, brother?
Not too much. Just trying to get my voice back.
Yes, sir. I bet. Probably the most controversial race, probably, and closest, craziest race, because you were out. I mean, I was up in the tower for that one recording it, and you were out on him. And then at the last 20, 30 feet, he just poured. I mean, I don't know how many scramble buttons he has, but I guarantee you he wasn't holding the wheel. I guarantee you he's holding the wheel like it's hitting every scramble he had, because that thing just in that last 20, 30 feet just poured the steam on, and he crept past you by what, maybe 6 inches, 12 inches max.
I think it was an inch.
Yeah.
1 inch.
Well, in my house, that's 6 inches. So
that's what I tell my old lady too. That's what I made a comment on the 660 post or whatever that said, I lost by a little more than my wiener, and Callie Nate would have covered that gap with his wiener. But yeah, it was amazing. Like I said, I had to address it at one point because so many people were like, you know, and I love that. I love that so many people love their drivers so much that they'll literally look at a picture where it shows Nate ahead and claim that I was ahead. Like, that's awesome. But I mean, it just is what it is. You can't win them all. And I think for our third, you know, the problems we had the motor out the night before we left, putting plugs in it and like having to cut Allen wrenches and tape plugs and tape sockets to get it through, so I didn't have to take the head back off. And then 3 hours before first round, we still weren't running until I got that fuel filter changed, because I was a dumbass and left meth in the line. After draining the tank, it sat lower and clogged it up. But I felt like everyone was focusing on the wrong thing, man. Like, when two people like me or Nate pull up, or Beater Bomb and Ryan Mitchell, or Callie Nate and Ryan Mitchell later in the rounds, like, that's what you want. Like, that couldn't have went better. Like, looking back and watching the fans, all like the tension, watching the videos, like, was so amazing. Like, it was just an awesome race. Like, everyone should just respect it for what it was. Like, he got me. And both of us made mistakes in that run. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we 60'd like a motherfucker. I'm not going to take anything away from what that car did or what my guys did putting me in the lane correctly. I'll never, ever be able to stress how much that these guys right here, Jacob, Maddie, and Bill, and them all lining me up. Like, those dudes, I think the lineup guys don't get enough credit sometimes, because no matter what I do in that car, they don't do their job and it's pointless. So in my eyes, they're almost more important than what I'm doing. And you know us, we're goofy all the time. So I screw shit up all the time. So they're the ones saving me usually. But they had me in the groove all night. Sweet. We went up for the first round. We did our burnout, and I knew something was fucked up. Like something wasn't right. And you know, we got lucky. And I think the other guy, you know, didn't have the right tune up in it or didn't realize how fast that place was. Because when I let off the button, the set screw on my throttle body was loose. And luckily it caught. So that whole first round pass was at 50% throttle. It like just luckily caught and held. And I mean, by pure luck, that happened, or we wouldn't even had a chance for that amazing race. And then second round, now I'm confused because I'm like, well, do I leave the same tune up in it? Do I change it? Because that was 50%. And I ran down, this is really crucial too. I ran down and Jeff gave me shock settings. I said, man, it was really bumpy, even though I was at 50%, blah, blah, blah. I know that's not a great reading, but Jeff was like, set your fronts to this, set your backs to this, and tell me what it does. And what it did was magic. The car went faster than it's ever went. We had a really good second round. We raced Luke Shivers, which is part of that bank robber team. Fast as fuck. All those guys are. That Daytona, Luke. Just, man, dude, like that race was wild. I really don't think people that weren't there will ever understand that. That was the baddest race I've been to. And you know, Josh, I've been all over this country. I've been to Hartshorn. I've been to fucking everything, dude. There ain't anything we ain't been to. And that was something else, man. The racing was close. The atmosphere was crazy. Jeff Thomas, I sent him a message on the way home and was just like, dude, I love you so much. I'll never, ever be able to repay Jeff for the memories and the good times and just the amazingness that I'm going to look back on for my whole entire life because of his event. You know, like I wasn't joking on the podcast before where I said, when I fucking die, dude, someone better be taking a good chunk of those ashes and dumping it somewhere there. Cause I want to be on those grounds forever. Like I don't ever I will never miss one ever. I mean, granted that I'm like stuck in a hospital, I'm probably calling you, Josh, to break me out. Like we will be at that race. Like whether we're racing or watching, I want my kids to race that race. I pray to God it goes so long that all 3 or 4 of my kids are racing a car with my old ass in one. Like we'll have a family semifinal for the first time ever in no prep. But like it was out of this world, man. Like you and me have been talking a ton about, you know, like I had all the parts to put my car together for a while. And I just felt like this year was rough in the beginning. Everyone was arguing, everyone was bickering. There really wasn't any like real positive shit. And I know we were just joking around or whatever, but you told me that's because you aren't there. As soon as you get back, it'll go good. And the first race back was just, there were so many awesome. I had so much fun with Callie Nate and Eric, man. I love Eric so fucking much, dude. That guy, man. And then Limpy and Happy and Big Daddy and Megan and Jason motherfucking Rank. And I thought Michigan did really good. Michigan had a lot of cars there, man. Like Street Outlaw Mo, Andy Barnes, Matt Munson, Hinton, Corey, Joey LaRoque brought 2 cars, Jimmy Rowe. Like, man, dude, like, I'm so glad to see those guys traveling. And I promise, you know, ask me how I know that traveling will make you faster. Going to these different places makes you ridiculously better at what you're doing. And it was just an all-time great event. Everyone was smiling. I felt like there was no like negativity. It was just amazing. It was like way better than the camera skills going on down there on the bottom. Just a good time. Like when we lined up, we drew Nate. I don't know if Nate even saw us, but he was really close and I didn't know it. And like it was me and Jacob up there. They called my name and then they called Callie Nate and I looked right at Jacob and was like, fuck yes. Like I was so fucking pumped because like I have always wanted to line up with that guy. Like always, since he had Z Unit, since there were rumors of him making 490 passes on the street in Kansas. Like right off the bat, I was like, dude, I have to line up with this dude sometime. And then before the race, he sent me this message that I'm gonna keep between me and him, but it made me feel so good. Like it was such a fucking amazing message coming from someone like him. I mean this seriously. We're talking about a guy who literally made JJ the Boss file for bankruptcy. And I'm talking like chapter 7 where they take everything and pay the other dude because you owe. Not the one where you get to restructure your fucking business, which he turned around and did that too. That's why Small Tire's the hot shit on there right now. Because Big Tire was fucking lame. But it was just an absolute awesome deal. We both said no matter what, you know, we're going to be happy at the end. And when we got out of those cars, dude, that's why I have no voice. We were both screaming so fucking loud, dude, and hugging each other and just so pumped that race went like that. And then on top of it, the return road that everyone bitches about was fucking awesome, dude. Like I fucking loved it. Every single person we passed was going fucking insane, dude. Like just so pumped up. And to like feel that energy and see that and like the words Callie Nate said, for as hard as we've worked, like, and you know, Josh, just because you're with us so much, we fucking work our asses off, dude. Like we crashed a car that probably the only other time I was that happy after, oh my man, right there. The only other time I was that happy is after we crashed at War in the Woods. We cried and pouted for a week. And then in 7 days, we put that other car together and took it all the way to the semifinals. When I raced Corey and ended up getting him, he was as happy as Nate was at the end. And I don't know, it was awesome. It was really fun to watch Limpy kind of feel uncomfortable with like every single eyeball in the house wouldn't look away. Like this dude couldn't pick his nose, couldn't do anything without everyone knowing. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. It was really awesome. Third pass on the car this year. I think I feel pretty good about it. I want to give a shout out to Beater Bomb. Beater Bomb gave me a ton of advice on what we were doing with my car. And buddy, it paid off. Like we were flying. I can't wait for Gangster's Paradise.
You want to be on there?
We got a safety meeting going on right now, Andrew.
What?
I don't think they ever don't have a safety meeting going on.
It was great. Watching old Big Daddy make those passes, he was flying, dude. Like there was so many fast cars. If you weren't there, you were fucking stupid. And if you're not at the next one, you're even fucking dumber. Like straight up. Like get with the fucking program. Every single person. Like how amazing is this? How many fucking War in the Woods recaps did you see today? Tell me what other race happens and then 800 people, like fans, are telling you, here's my War in the Woods recap. Like where the fuck does that happen? Nowhere. If you're wondering, it don't fucking happen. Like it's amazing. Like I truly, I don't know, man. If you're not there, you're dumb. Like get your ass in gear.
I agree. Been saying it since day one, man. This there's just nothing like it.
Like you had,
you forgot to put fucker behind that animal.
Out of this world, just out of this world. You had Cantu and Ryan first round. You had just so many ballers. Logan and Billy. I know if it's going to be a problem for people. I promise. Like I really like how that car rolls. Like it seems very smooth.
It went down effortlessly.
That car's smooth too. Whatever the fuck Jeff did in telling me to set this there and set this there. I don't even know if I should say this, but like if my only experience at War in the Woods was this last time, I wouldn't even know what fucking bumps you're talking about. I didn't do anything. I drove that bitch down there like a bracket car. Like it just right on down. Straight as an arrow. We also, Jacob and Bill have really, like we focused on War in the Woods really hard. And we have a certain way we line ourselves up depending on what lane we're in. And it really, really works. Like Yeah, that guy's working too.
Who is it? I don't know.
What's up, Mike?
I was waiting. I figured I'd get some work in.
So Mike's was Sinister Performance from Canada. And if you watch the live feed, I may or may not have said that they run on Canadian bacon grease. And that they use syrup for oil.
Oh, yeah. We watched it on the ride home on the iPad, and I was dying laughing on the drive home. I'm like, these fucking guys, eh?
These guys, eh?
What's he
I get
talking
that all
about?
the time, and just to set the record straight with everybody, we don't eat that shit up here. I don't know who invented Canadian bacon in the US, but that shit we don't eat.
Okay,
What's he
quick
talking
question
about?
though.
Package.
Are you stopping at Tim Hortons every day though?
That we do. I'll admit to that.
Do you get the Priestley? That's
Do
where
we
you
get the
shove a
what?
cherry. That's where you shove like what? A cherry tidbit into a jelly glazer or something.
That
That's
I-
called the Priestley.
That I haven't heard of, to be honest. But
I think it's a felony if you don't get Timmy's in Canada, isn't it?
oh yeah, you get arrested at the border if you're not. If you don't
If
have
you
your
don't have-
SIM card.
Like they probably have a breathalyzer to make sure you had your daily dose of Timmy's.
They definitely don't like us at the border.
No, they don't like us either going that way. I don't know. It was pretty hectic this round. Normally we get through smoothly, but Detroit had something going on. They were all about it. But yeah, that was an awesome event. I mean, for us, we had a few Canadians come down. We're a much smaller crowd, but you guys put on a hell of a show there.
Okay, I see a comment down there. I have to address it. Do you know what he's talking about? So have
Ethan?
you seen the video flying around about the guy who made the bet that there'd be a gap between fentanyl and a truck or whatever? And when they went down, he was like screaming and hollering and pointing and looking all crazy.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the post.
dude they're talking about.
That's the
here's-
post. I got to see the chat. I can't see the chat of what people are saying.
Dude,
But
that
yeah, my
move-
buddy took that video, and supposedly that guy was telling everyone my truck's a piece of shit and slow as fuck. So
Oh, that's horrible.
no, it's okay. I'm used to it. It don't bother me. But
I'm pretty
He made
used to it too.
we get used to all the chirps. It's fine.
You should have
yeah,
saw
that
the
guy was
betting
epic.
line in the live feed on our race with Callie Nate. It was looking pretty bad for him. Can you play the sound? Right there, that woohoo that he's given is one of the best woohoos I've ever heard in my life.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Listen, when the Blazers done, if you're in my lane and you're not fucking rooting for me like that, win, lose, or draw, I'm not talking to anybody anymore. Just cut the fuck off. Every pass, if I lose, I need that much enthusiasm.
Oh, he definitely had enthusiasm for sure.
Oh man. Jeff, what is the September date? What day is
22nd,
it?
3rd.
22nd, 23rd September. See,
Are you going to come back for the September one?
Yeah, we should be back. I mean, those cars were flying, in fairness. We were definitely an underdog, I think, but there's more work to be done. The truck's been getting faster and faster, so we're slowly ramping it up. But yeah, this no prep stuff is getting crazy fast. It used to be competitive, but we used to be competitive with a 5,400 pound SUV when it first started. And now that's long gone. Like, guys are running. What I saw there was like, I was surprised we made it as far as we did. But
Well, Jeff always says, man, and he makes a good point. Like, I promise you, anyone that was running, like even the really fast people or whatever, it's really hard to back it up every round. So it's like you kind of need a little bit of like, a little bit of luck, a little bit of mojo, whatever, or little things go your way, because I promise there was one round where it didn't fully go your way, but you ended up still winning.
Oh, 100%. I'd see that. And even touching on the grass rule now. I mean, anything can happen. Everyone
like
knows that.
that.
It's racing, right? So these cars are fast. It's hard to keep it in that little lane.
Let's talk about no wrecks. One hard tire car, and that was it.
Yeah, that too. It was
I
impressive.
saw all sorts of shit talking in the comments that was like, how many cars are going to the scrapyard after this? Well, the answer is fucking 0.
I mean, he almost got it fixed and came back.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. He had a wheel, and then I think he ended up finding the spindle was fucked or something.
We've been
I mean,
those dudes before.
He almost made the next round. So yeah, no, it was amazing.
Didn't he come out and help dry the track too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said. This was different, man. Everything I've seen this year, it wasn't like all the racers were helping racers. There wasn't no one that left that place early. Like whether you went out and was done, there was everyone pretty much there to the end. Like there was no one wanting to say they didn't get to see that live. It was wild, man. I don't know. It's like the Woodstock of racing.
Woodstock. Hey, did anybody see the post on Blue Collar that says, shout out to Jeff Thomas and crew at War in the Woods for hosting the Camping World Canopy Nationals? Anybody see that?
Yeah, he got so
Yeah,
good in the comments.
the comments. It's pretty good.
They're really good.
Really good.
Yeah, sometimes you really wish you could delete, but if you delete on Blue Collar, yeah,
I don't shit. They can talk all the shit they want. They'll be the guy sitting at home glued to the live feed, or the dude that sneaks in disguise because he talks so much shit, but he don't want to miss. That's what's great about it.
Well, really, the thing with them though is you kind of really did something if they're roasting you. They don't really roast people who don't do shit. So
well, that's what I would.
It's kind of like a compliment, to be honest.
All the haters that was hating on rules and shit of mine, almost every one of them was at the race. Go figure.
I'd say the same thing. Like in the me and Callie Nate race, you can see in the video, like the crowd definitely had a favorite. They wanted to win that. And I hope Callie Nate understands that the reason that is because they were rooting for an underdog, like he's so badass and has won so much that if people are rooting for you to lose, you fucking are doing something right. I can't wait till it's the other way around. I can't wait till someone pulls up on me and has a close race and everyone's like just booing me to death. No, Jasper doesn't win because that means that I just won the last 6 probably. So I'll take that every day. They were great though. I can't stress enough. That whole dream team, that is some bad motherfuckers, dude. Like those guys are as good as it gets, man. That is a hell of a good group. Like we had a racer that needed a front tire. Callie Nate pulls the whole rim and tire right out of the trailer. It was awesome. Like Jason Rank has helped me a bunch over the years asking questions. Like I've been a little snotty little kid. I feel like even though I'm 80 years older than all those dudes, it was like bugging them. Way back, I asked Cody Hoffman. I noticed like way back, Cody Hoffman used to run pro brackets everywhere, or those Hoosier radial that are like pro brackets or whatever. And I wanted to try it, so I wrote him online. He had no clue who I was, like not even a single clue, and answered right back. Was like, dude, run him at this air pressure. You're not going to be able to leave this hard like you did. Like gave me every single advice you could. And I think you were there, Jeff. Remember the Muncie race where I came on radials and was the only one? And like, who would run radials at Muncie? And I was honestly the only person that made a full pass first round. Everyone else spun and went on fire in both lanes. And then when we come back up for the chip draw, Nick Taylor was like, hey man, get it together, you know, making a joke, was like, you guys need to get it together for second round, except for the dude who came on radials. That was all Cody Hoffman giving me advice without ever knowing me. I'd been talking to Cali Nate a bunch this year, and he actually turned me on to, damn, I don't want to screw this up because I can't remember. I think it's fuel injection services or something. He's out of Oklahoma. Hold up. I'll tell you right now, the injectors that I had serviced are right here. I don't want to screw this up because this guy is so good. Fuel Injection Innovations. He's out of Oklahoma. Cali Nate turned me on to him. I've asked, while I was trying to put this motor together to get here, I was asking him like timing chain questions and stuff because we always ran a double roller and we were going to put this one together. And like, this is the first time like we kind of put the motor together. I've always used OCD, which is Steve. I would put him up against anyone. That motor had 300 passes on it and was still strong. When we took it apart, there was nothing wrong with it. Jeff, you saw it down at your shop. The only thing that was wrong is we had a defective crank. Like pretty much it had a blam in it, or God, I'm not thinking of the word, but just broke the end off. But all the rods and bearings look great. But Steve Atkinson's great. But we put this one together, and Callie was even helping me on advice all the way through it. So like I said, and Ryan too. I've talked to Ryan forever. I actually called him out at Civil War, and we had a race very similar to Cali Nate and me, other than it was a pedal fest, but it was still like a 5-inch finish that took like 10 minutes to decide. And it was pretty sweet because that was the north-south race. So like it had the same kind of tension or whatever. Us personally, we want to race the best. That's why we celebrated when we drew Cali Nate. Like, I want to race the baddest people there are, always. Like, always. If they're on the property, I want to figure out how to race them, or I want to be in it long enough to race them. Like, that's how you get better. The
Right.
Prestons are badass too, man. They looked really good. I can't believe that car went down through there. I really thought they were going to bring
You're
Bubba up.
on pony, Jamie.
He probably can't even talk. He probably can't talk right now. After this
And
weekend,
Jamie's the best too. Like, War in the
Yeah.
Woods would never be War in the Woods without Jamie. I want
I
to stress
absolutely
that.
agree.
That dude, I wish to God every event had a guy like that because they'd all be huge. Like, he truly makes the fans' experience so much better. Like, just so much. I love Jamie. If Jamie's is that Jamie that just commented? I hope he's listening, man, because I fucking love that dude.
Yeah, he
What
did a great
was
job.
that movie? The throat puncher.
throat puncher.
What's that movie everyone can watch, Jeff? Because Jamie's all on that too.
What movie?
Oh, you got a YouTube movie of you just hill crossing it up in your heyday.
Oh, Vertical Destruction, Take or Be Taken.
There you go. Jamie's all over that too. Yeah, it's a special place, man. I really hope people that aren't coming come. Like, you can even see, like, John Luderman made a really interesting comment. He was kind of like, you know, made a post saying, you know, I found out, you know, that there's some fast motherfuckers down there or whatever. But he even said in the end, like, you have to go. Like, you have to go. We were just watching CJ's video before it froze up on me because I did this. And CJ said the same, you know, like, was literally like, if you don't like it or whatever, you have to go though. And it'll change your mind. Like, it was out of this world. We had a lot of fun. There was people from other countries here, like Mike and Trevor was there also. I know Waji was going to come, but that would have been a track for Waji.
Oh yeah, I think he's coming to the Gangsters race.
That's sweet if he is, man. Waji is fast as fuck.
Yeah, he'll do well there. On that surface, he'll do well.
Yep. That's Blaine's old car. Everyone knows how fast that was. I think he has the second best Street Outlaws record ever with that car. Like,
oh yeah, it's a fast car for sure.
And he's a great dude. Like, he's a really nice guy. That other guy from Canada right now too with the orange car.
Justin
Justin. I know there's another blue car from Canada too, but I don't ever really see him much. But these other guys have been coming over to the mitten, and man, that orange car has got their shit together too. I was very impressed at their backside at Myland Racing. Like,
Yeah, we're a little bit behind with the no prep stuff because we started late, basically. I mean, it didn't
yeah,
get
you guys
popular.
don't look that behind. That's. I
We're
always
still a
say
little
I
behind.
suck too. If you're wondering, I always tell people we slow.
We're getting there.
And then Corey was flying too. Corey had a lot of. We had problems in the beginning, so first round he went up and it wouldn't even go or go on the chip, and it ended up being the secondary injectors were unplugged. And he fought like hell to get that going, and then went all the way to the finals of the buyback race, and that thing was rolling, dude. At the end, that was awesome. That's what I said. Michigan really showed out. I felt like they came out swinging. Like, it was a good deal. We had a lot
I
of
got a
fun.
question. I got a question for you guys. Do people run that track outside of War in the Woods? Is there something that goes on there?
Not for small tire racers.
But you know, I have rules where you can't, if you're locked into a War in the Woods event or accepted an invite to Gangsters Paradise, you can't be down there in your small tire car testing or renting the track or anything like that. You know, there's too much money at these events and racers driving 30 hours to come. We want it to be fair, and that's how you keep the big time, the fastest guys there. You know what I mean? They have a few bracket. They've had a few bracket races that are really
It
small.
just seemed this year compared to last year, because we were there last year too. It seemed this year the surface was good, like good in minutes, basically.
Yeah,
That's why I was asking.
I don't know why they don't even really have the ability to even prep the track for bracket races right now. The tractor's broke. They don't have a drag. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sprayer's broke. The only thing they can do is hand spray it. But
Yeah.
honestly, in the last 3 years, the track, Olympia will tell you this, the track is, every time I scraped it, it's better. If you scrape it, if I scrape it, 5-6 pairs go down and they'll be on the bumper.
Yeah.
And I think moving the burnout box up really helped it out quite a bit too.
Probably, yeah. That's the closest the burnout box has ever been.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
used
Jeff,
to
Good idea.
I
100
had a
feet.
sweet idea. What about getting a brine truck to come in and brine all the dirt roads?
You mean water them down so it's not dusty?
Oh no, up here we put brine down. So like up in Michigan on all the dirt roads, they come in and they have this truck that has brine in it, a big semi tanker, and it'll spray all the dirt, and that would last for a whole year there, even if it rained, and there would be no dust whatsoever. Check into it. Maybe they don't even do that in Indiana, and it'd be impossible or too much money to get someone to come out and do it. But I really don't think it's much money. Like, they do my dirt road out here. Like, years ago, this is awesome. When I was a kid, my dad, my fucking hero, my dad was so awesome. He still is. I shouldn't say was. God dang it. Hopefully you didn't hear that. He's fucking awesome as hell. My dad, we had a buddy, Fred Cole, and he was wild as fuck, man. I grew up, my dad had all sorts of cool friends that raced shit. They had these drag bikes, and he lived out on this dirt road, and that brine truck come by, and he ran out there and flagged him down, and he ended up paying him like $200 and was like, I want you to go over this like 6 times from here to here or whatever. And he went and did all this, and you could go out on that dirt road and lay blackies. Like, they started racing and drag racing on this dirt road, like, and it hooked. It was amazing. Yeah, see, Jamie says you can do brine.
There you go. Jamie said he could keep on.
Jamie can?
What he said.
See, then we can get like, then we
Jamie
can go
said go
stuff our
about him, he
tires
can
in
do
right up on
anything.
the dirt road.
Well, I mean, geez, what doesn't Jamie Deere do?
He doesn't play golf enough. Let the band play. Remember that, Jamie. Let the band play.
How about Jeff building the Nova on the track and going out making killer fucking passes?
That car's
Oh
beautiful.
damn!
It was
We
not
have-
that beautiful for me.
Look, we're not gonna have that conversation on here, Jamie.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You guys want to hear an interesting story about Jamie? This will make you laugh. So if you don't know, Jamie has one daughter. Her name is Sammy. Cool kid, right? She's married, just had a baby. But years ago, when I first met Jamie, it was through motorcycle hill climbs, right? And long story short, I had a pit bike track that was a gangster ass race. It was right behind my shop. It was like a miniature supercross track with permanent lighting. I mean, it was insane. We had 12 races a year, and racers come from all over the country to race at it. I mean, it was wild. Anyway, that's how I met Jamie, and he started announcing my pit bike race, right? Well, one night when he came to the race, it was always on Saturday nights. He brought his daughter, and she was probably 10, and she had a white T-shirt on she made that said, "I wish Jeff Thomas was my daddy." That's what she wore.
Oh, Lord.
We've been buddies ever since the very first time I met him, and he spent a whole year traveling the country racing motorcycles and taking video footage and made the movie. And then that we actually, him and another guy, Austin Woodrum, edited that, made the movie. We got it printed we got the DVD made, and it actually was in the Action Sports video thing. It got second place out there in Colorado. It's distributed by that Impact Video. It was sold forever, so it's pretty cool. If you've never watched, you ought to watch it. Jamie's a talented guy. He's good
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
pretty awesome. Jeff Thomas's ass is all over it, like getting needles poked in it, and
Yeah, I'm in the hospital. Imagine that.
is that pre legalization, or is it before or after
What do you mean legalization?
when they printed it?
Oh, yeah, probably pre, I would say. Yeah.
Jamie, you got to call out for a quarter flip for $100.
so Jeff, I did figure out like what I did and why I did it, and it was Bill Hoskins' post that made me realize what I did. So I don't ever drive into my chute. Everywhere I go, my car stops, pretty good. So I usually, I throw it way after the finish line. And as I'm throwing it, I'm usually stepping on the brakes. Well, there I'm so like practicing where my chute mount is before I go. I think what happened is when I reached up for my chute, by instinct, I just let off and hit the brakes. I definitely will learn from that mistake. But Bill Hoskins, when he made that post that Tommy did that too, I started thinking, damn, that's probably why because I couldn't understand why I did it after I did it. Like as soon as I come across, he blew by me so fast, man, that I was just like, fuck.
A race like that against somebody like Callie Nate, you lift 50 feet after the finish line just to make sure.
I know.
Going so fast that by the time you let off and you've already went 100 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ended up in the gravel twice because the chute wouldn't release.
The first round, my chute didn't release. We left the safety in, and thank God it was only half throttle for the whole pass.
Otherwise, I never used my chute. That's the first time we've actually had to use it because of that shorter runoff. The truck's just heavy. It doesn't brake very well. It's got bicycle brakes on it.
Get in that pool and then have to do it back up.
Anyway, boys, I'm going to get back to work. Thanks, Jeff. Awesome event. You did a great job.
We appreciate you guys coming down for sure.
We appreciate
you,
you
Mike.
holding that event. I'll be back at the next one in September, and I'm sure a lot more Canadians will come down to come see it. It's a great time. You guys hold a hell of a party there. So
Appreciate it.
We'll see
we
you, Mike.
appreciate it too. Thanks,
You
Josh.
BYOP.
And, thanks for the comments. I appreciate the Canadian chirps. Keep them coming.
The chips, I'm still eating them too.
See you, Jasper.
See ya, Mike. Probably at Myland. Oh, we lost him.
Jeff, you be parking cars again?
Or not?
I like girl
Walking it into paradise or not?
Shit, if I have to, I reckon I will. I don't want to be.
Gotta do
Cora.
sometimes.
Cora, when you driving? She's
She
out.
already ran off.
She's done.
No, her mom's outside at least. That way she don't jump in the pool. So I'm like that blessed. I love my family so much. They're so awesome. They put up with me. If anyone knows me, that's not easy at all, even in
Oh,
the slightest. Nick's car was flying too, man. That truck has been so good this year, man. And he saved my life. He had the filter, the new filter. Well, so did Jody Jones. God dang, just 2 in a row. Both those dudes. Jody had a battery. I brought a battery that had like a dead cell and was all messed up and made my fuel tech do all sorts of weird stuff. Jody had a battery, and then Nick had the fuel filter for me. So both those guys came through clutch, man, or otherwise we wouldn't even have probably been able to make a pass. So thank you guys. Oh, they won't be at Milan. They're
wonder
gonna
how
stay.
you hired a damn old Kentucky boy to park cars.
Is he talking about Gage? I love that little kid.
Who'd you get? Kentucky boy to park cars.
The guy, I just forgot to make that sound horrible. I forgot his name. The guy that always works down at Ardensburg at US 60, works at the track there.
Gage?
No, that's an older guy. A really nice guy. He was riding the 4-wheeler around out in the parking lot.
The old man from Decker.
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
Stewie. Yeah.
Charlie killed it.
Yep, they're good people. I had breakfast with one of your neighbors. Your wife tell you they happened to be at the restaurant. We were eating at. They're like, I think I know you. And we started talking. They said they're your neighbors. I'm horrible. I think it was Justin or Jared, or it was a J name. So don't tell them I forgot his name. But whenever they say, "Hey, we have breakfast with Josh," you'd be like, "He told me about it, so I don't look like an asshole." Please.
Jeff or Jasper?
Wendell, Jody,
I parked cars too.
Wendell,
Shout out. The second tie.
Tommy.
Park car.
Fuck, we had to start a pool, a name pool.
It was pretty cool Thursday because we just sat on the golf cart burning, and everyone else we'd park them, and then they'd take a couple hits with us, and we'd carry on. It was a pretty good
So
day.
what was your take, Limpy?
About what?
About the whole thing, man.
I mean, it's this guy right here. If his name's on it, I'm down. Down like a flat tire.
Hell yeah.
Oh, good weekend. We kept stuff. We didn't have very much downtime, and that's what we kept everything flowing. Hopefully, towards the end there, we had a couple of downtimes, but we just kept hammering them out.
I think everything moved along nicely.
There's many cars and everything. I think it actually went pretty smooth.
No, I agree.
So, what do you guys think of this, real quick? So, I'm sure, like you saw in all those pictures of mine and Callie Nate's race, all these fans kept picking one side or the other, claiming this guy won or this guy won, or I'm Ray Charles and I think Jasper won. What if all those people start putting $100 in a pot, and then me and Callie Nate re-race anywhere you want, and winner takes the pot that they create? Create us like 10,000, create us 20,000, and we'll race, and then we can start doing it for everyone. Like, who the fuck don't want to see Jeff Thomas race Ryan Mitchell? Who don't want to see Boosted GT run Rob in Bank Robbers, since they talk back and forth all the time online? Like, come on, create this for us. We love free money.
I mean, there was a pretty gangster side bet, wasn't there? 10
Yeah.
grand. So I
Few.
mean, huh?
Ryan and Ray.
Yeah, there was a big one.
It was a big one. So
But I want them to pay for it. I don't want to put up the other side. They're the ones bitching. They want to see it so bad. Pay me.
And with y'all's race, the Matt was talking to me down there too. He was he was like Eric. He had probably just as many people hounding him as I did looking at me down there on the start line. He wanted to take his time. He wanted to make sure that he wanted to make, because, you know, we all want to make the right call, and we want to show you why we're making the call we're making. That's why we did it. That's why he took his time. He looked at it. He re-edited it. That's what took so long, is he edited it twice, because he was like, I can't tell. And then when he re-edited again, then you could actually see it. But I mean, you can't get no closer than that, people.
No.
I mean,
it was awesome. It was awesome. Like, I couldn't be happier, honest to God. I don't really care if I win or lose. If they're that close, I know right where I'm at. Like,
Yeah.
with one of the best there is. Like, I love it. I mean, it was so much fun. It was so much fun being a part of it.
All the races that we've done, we've had to rerun more races because of technical error than there would be with a tie. So I mean, when you get down the nitpickings, then I mean, we can tell you if you lost within an inch or two.
I'm sure if I wanted to be an asshole and a piece of crap, I could have threw a tantrum and probably got a rerun out of that. Like, if I would have threw enough shit. But everyone that knows us knows that ain't us, man. Like, I looked at that picture that actually, Jacob took a screenshot of it. All my crew agreed. They had no argument. Jacob come down when I got back to the pits. There was a moment where I thought I actually won it, because as I was coming through, 3 people were like, they called your lane. So I was like ecstatic for a second. And then Jacob come up and showed me the picture. And I mean, you guys looked at it. Like, it's pretty obvious, at least to me. It's like an inch. I mean, it is what it is. Like,
Discernible for sure.
if
Yeah.
I honestly thought you couldn't tell, I would have said something, but I didn't. Like, it wasn't that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Half of me wanted to run up there and when they were interviewing me on stage and be like, who don't want to see that again? Because I did. I wanted to be a part of it again. I'm sure he did. Like, he probably wanted to make a statement and be like, yo, that was a fluke, and put 6 cars on me. But I'll tell you something. A fluke is the most popular fish in the sea. So sometimes if you go fishing for a fluke, you're probably going to catch one. And luckily we did. But yeah, it was so much fun.
Listen, don't take that away from yourself. You guys have busted your ass. It ain't no fluke.
We got a really fast hot
You
rod.
guys
I'm
have
ready
earned
for
it.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Just
from
like
now, we are
those
ready.
guys, just like Nate and all those guys. You guys have earned it. You put in the work. You put in the dedication. No flukes, man. You guys earned that race and that result.
And
It was
then
awesome.
Josh, that's funny. Right here are 4 people that were at that race, and we need to do it again, man. We need to be in Hartshorn one time this year.
Yeah.
Jessica, he's thinking about going one time this year.
What do you think about the Halloween one where all the kids get to come up and trick or treat, and you and me can buy like $1,000 worth of candy and make sure no parents go to bed early that night?
What's that date?
I think Rolly Dale told me last night. I'd have to check.
28th of October is the H-Town
Perfect.
anniversary. That's our anniversary.
Oh,
Are you
even
flagging?
better.
You're flagging?
Yeah. That's one of them. I think that's kind of like Warren the Woods. I've only flagged the Warren Woods, and I've only flagged there. So I think they're pretty much.
I gotta check my schedule, but I'll
Neither
say
one
right
of
now,
those would be the same without you.
I'll say now I'm 99.9% in.
It's a good time. It's a long. You think Warren the Woods is a beating? This is a beating. They do it all in one day.
Yeah.
It's such a long race.
Last year they had over, I think, almost 200 cars.
But that's cool too, because like Jeff probably can tell you this too. It was so wild to me how much the town loved all of us, all the racers. Like, there was no hate. We drove golf carts all the way down to the gas station. Everyone on their front porch waving at us.
We got pulled over by the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cops don't like us ever anywhere we go. But the people in the houses were loving us. Like it was a good time, man. It was a really it has its own vibe too, man. You're on a street for one, you know. I like how you run 5 pairs and then all of you got to sit in this parking lot talking shit to each other, and it's pretty cool. I definitely like that race. Yeah, we did. And I see Nick made a comment. I thought we did really good down there. Me and Jeff like had a long discussion on if we should try to run 29 and a halves or 28s because we knew everyone would be on 29 and a halves. And we ended up making the decision that we don't have enough testing on them. So we went down there with 28s, and man, we ended up doing pretty damn good, man.
Oh
It
yeah.
was a shock. I was bummed, man. My first round down there, I drew Ryan Gregg in top priority. And I mean, you know Ryan Gregg, he's a badass too, man, and such a great dude. Such a great dude. And I was bummed because he entered True Street, and an hour before our run, he had already made a pass down his lane. And I'm like, shit, I've never been here before. I'm like, I honestly thought we were going to get dusted. So I went for the old Hail Mary tune pretty much, and it luckily stuck. And we got by him, and man, it was a fun race though.
Jeff did really good there until
Jeff
he
was
did.
flying. Like
No. Yeah.
we made our first round passes, and when we like pulled in and parked, like everyone came over and was checking Jeff's car out. Like there was everyone on the property was like, God dang, I miss that car, Jeff.
I had to be back one of these days.
He's
Just
got 4 more to go before he gets back on that one though.
Yeah.
I like the new one though. I've drove that one before, so it's got a special place in my heart.
We talking about White Claw?
Ricky.
Ricky, why
Dude,
you
I know.
driving it this year?
I mean, I thought Julie was driving it. I thought I heard that on a live feed once.
About
Then
Julie,
it definitely needs a
that was her
About Julie
plan.
driving
I think she sobered up and changed her mind.
it.
We're just driving. I mean, no, I don't.
Oh,
I can
you woke
race
up?
it, but I just want to try to drive it. But that's a complicated thing inside there. Not for me.
I told Chris, there's too many buttons and stuff.
So it's 3 weeks till Gangsters, right?
Hey, what's up,
3
Mike?
weeks.
Here's the $1 million question right now. Is it going to be just as packed or more packed for Gangster's Paradise?
more packed. Fan wise, because not car wise, but fan wise,
You
I
get more.
mean,
I think it's going to be way more.
If you're a real no prep fan, this is the race everybody wants to see. I
So
mean,
like just in my crew alone, we had like 10 people that made a decision because they were, they could pretty much go to one of them. They chose this next one. So like I imagine a lot of other people did that.
I don't know.
I guarantee it.
If you really are a race fan, you don't want to miss it.
No.
no, absolutely not.
That's what Nick Clooney said he thinks that it's 7,500 plus. I know this. I came back from parking cars, and I walked down the hill up there and saw Javi, the owner, and another buddy, Junior Patrick, standing on the deck on the concession stand, and I walked over to talk to him real quick, and shit, man. I mean, they were 5, 6, 7 people deep on the fence the whole 8th mile, on both sides of the track. And it's just, sometimes it's not even comprehensible, to be honest with you. I mean, you kind of think back to the first one and what it was like, Clemp, pretty drastic difference. And I agree with Limpy. I mean, for the venue that we have and the amount of cars that we have, I think it went unbelievably smooth. I mean, I've been to a lot bigger tracks with a lot less cars that were a shit show, so I think it went pretty good. But
Oh yeah, definitely improving every time, man. You guys got got it worked out.
They didn't run out of tacos. I ate them all the way to the buzzer.
Hey, we didn't. The food was much better. Like I said that on the live feed before the event. You know, if you guys notice, you know, parking is tough, but I didn't hear any racer bitch that somebody had him blocked in. I mean, we had the pits all roped off. We had basically 3 different pit areas, but you know, we did much better with parking though, and it still can use more work, but it was a huge improvement over the last event. So haters out there, keep on hating. We just keep trying to do a better job. That's all we can do.
We're all human, you know.
Life's the constant learning curve, and I think obviously you guys made the adjustments, and it shows. So
He is right.
anybody still complaining about the last one, that's their issue.
Yeah, it was a good time. I can't wait for the next one. I just can't.
So everybody's
I
Jeff,
thought, what
the
about
taco truck, the brisket truck, and the barbecue. Everybody says bring them back for gangsters.
no? Bring back if it's
Oh,
gonna
that-
be as hot as it was this last weekend. Bring back those like snow cones or whatever the heck we were eating.
Lemonade stand was killer.
That lemonade stand was fire.
Oh, Kurt.
And that guy's some Kurt, great dude.
He's one of the
Him
best
and his
dudes, man.
kids.
And they gave me a what's it called? The cup, a tumbler. They gave me a tumbler,
Personalized.
No, that's
personalized.
Trailer.
I didn't even know that.
I'm excited about it eventually.
In Indiana, I think tumbler means something else.
That was awesome of Nitrous Express too. They donated a ton of nitrous bottles and stuff that was given away or whatever.
Special request coming in for food truck. Vegan
Yeah, we'll
food
mow
truck
the
week.
yard for you. We'll mow the grass for you, Jamie, before you show up.
A vegan food truck.
All right, we'll mow and bag it.
Lemonade.
Yeah,
We'll mow and bag it for you, Jamie.
I'm gonna buy a new Toro with the bagger option. Get Jamie's dinner.
We'll give you some vegan burgers.
So what can people expect for gangsters that'll be different? There's some questions in the comments. I mean, how many cars are locked in?
For Gangster's Paradise,
Yeah.
there's 50, but we've lost a couple. So after I recuperate here in the next day or two, I'll be reaching out to the next people that want in. There's plenty of people that want into that race. It ain't gonna be no problem to have 50 cars there.
No, I've had like 8 messages in the last 2 days begging me to beg Jeff to get him in. I told him Jeff don't even like me, dude. I smash his cars. I beg him for parts. I crash at his house. I leave roaches all over his property in a state that's not even legal. He has to go eat with me and have everyone in the restaurant look over at us like, God damn, those dudes smell horrible. Like, I was like, man, you asking the wrong guy. Like, you need to talk to Julie. Julie might be able to like make him do something, but
Oh man. Yeah, awesome time, brother. Well run. Put the tower back up for me. And
It's
then
not still gangsters.
if anybody straps a fucking huge tripod up there so they can be the only media person getting coverage, I'm not going to be with Jesus that day. I will throw their shit off the top of the tower. Just saying. I'm just put that out there publicly.
the tower, what? The tower's for VIP, correct?
No.
Yeah.
We just put that up there so media could get some badass shots. And I'm sure you've seen like some of what Josh got, man. It's a cool, some awesome. I've seen some TikToks and some of live feed, everything. It's pretty badass.
I got some gangster pictures. There's always this one media guy who's a complete total cocksucker. And he had to put this big tripod up there, take the whole thing up. So it took up like 3 human bodies worth of space. I'm trying to walk with Jesus, people, but some of you motherfuckers.
Was he waiting for a flood again?
What's that?
Was he waiting for a flood again?
Oh man. Listen,
Well,
I'm trying to.
I like to thank all the fans and stuff that came out and didn't act like dumbasses this year, especially around the return road. I know there was a couple of mishaps, but other than that, man, I mean, all the fans that showed out. Hopefully they had a bad time.
Oh man, the best fans in the game. My phone keeps literally locking up because there's so many messages and I can't even keep up with Facebook. I just told Limpy a little bit ago, I count money or something for a little bit and look down, I have 111 notifications on my Facebook, you know. I can't even keep up with this shit.
It's
Yeah.
your fault for building such an amazing thing. Blame
Well,
yourself.
hopefully it just keeps getting better. The racing sure does.
Well, I mean, it probably don't help that you build the baddest shocks on the planet and everyone wants to buy them and then call you for advice. And then you build the baddest race on the planet and everyone wants to just tell you how awesome you are, Joe.
Yeah,
Jamie, just announce my name over the speaker if somebody gives you any shit.
what's he saying? I lost.
He said somebody tried to throw him out of the Tower of Power. So I told him that.
Out of the tower. I told him. I'm the one that bought it. Jamie calls that the Tower of Power. He owns that. He bought that specifically. Well, the initial idea was he was going to have his own personalized announcing booth that could travel anywhere. I mean, you know, he's a world famous
awesome
announcer, and then you know, it's pretty cool. But we got a couple more things in the works. We're going to be starting to. I don't know if it'll be ready for Future's Paradise, but I'm going to build my own stage down there that stays there permanently, and it's going to have some pretty cool stuff on it. But that, and just, you know, any of you potential speakers out there watching right now, I don't know if you noticed, but man, the big companies are pouring in, and you know, everybody wants to be a part of it. And I tell everybody the same thing. You know, I feel like you get something for your money if you sponsor War in the Woods. I mean, this thing has an internet following that's just phenomenal. You know what I mean? And we try to do something for the sponsor. So I mean, the guys from Strange were there, and they were blown away. You know what I mean? They were beside themselves. They couldn't believe what they were witnessing. I said, yeah, this ain't bullshit NMCA race or any of that crap where there's 9 people in the stands watching. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why they support those things that don't promote their events or get spectators or help sell product. Or, I mean, that's what this is all about. You know, you put the baddest racers out there that put on the best show. The people come in. The people are the ones that buy the product. Like, it makes sense to invest in the places that promote correctly. You know, it's not rocket science. It's pretty much common sense. You know, don't throw a no prep race every weekend and have 372 fans be your record attendance. It's pathetic.
Patrick will sponsor golf cart races at night.
We did that the year before in the
I know.
fall.
I watched the entire thing from up high
In the rain.
in the rain. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I think it must have been the heat, man. Every night it would get done. We'd go to the trailer and, you know, start doing what we do. And no one showed up. I think everyone was too hot and just passing out. We were pretty hot too. Definitely.
I had to work with it, so we had to, and I had to drive home, or I had to drive to the hotel, so it wasn't hard. The safety meetings happened in the parking lot of the hotel where I was at.
Yeah, they did. I pulled up the first
Yeah,
night
you
and
were.
from a few spots away. Motherfuckers
Hey,
in the parking lot soliciting people.
Did you stay, Josh, did you say Saturday night?
Yeah, we checked out Sunday morning.
Did you hear about the IGA across the deal? Somebody tried to make it a drive-through.
No shit.
Yeah, we got there and we heard like an alarm, and I'm like, oh crap! And I didn't think nothing about it. So I walked upstairs. We walked upstairs, and then I seen flashing lights. So I was heading back downstairs to have a safety meeting anyway, and then they were telling me that some lady drove through, like rammed in it. Then some dude got hurt, and she was still stuck in the car. They couldn't get her out.
Thought it was a drive-through.
I guess so. I don't know.
She was running from the police.
Boy.
Was she?
That
Yeah.
thing,
Oh,
well,
was
that
she?
thing sits way off the road. I mean, they.
You drove her somewhere else?
Oh,
Last week?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
Same thing.
when we drove up, there was no cops there, no nothing.
Yeah,
The gas station?
gas station. Yep, that's what it was.
Oh, she like apparently she's making everywhere a drive through.
She got a fetish for driving into buildings. Probably fun to party with, but unfortunately, she's going to be in the Department of Corrections for a while now.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
not fun. We had a passenger in the car, a dude, and he died in the accident.
Oh, damn.
Dude,
Yeah.
did you see that? That picture he photoshopped? That was amazing, dude. I laughed my ass off so hard.
Yeah, I saw one of Limpy and one of you. The Cali Nate belly tattoo.
What happened?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was actually Happy's body with a Cali Nate tattoo on the chest with my face from that picture of how rough I looked on the way home on top.
I
Like,
guess
I'm
I need.
honestly going to blow it up and put it somewhere in my garage.
Is it on the interweb somewhere?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on Facebook somewhere. Yeah.
I'll have to.
There's a
I'll,
couple,
I guess I
there's a
haven't seen
couple of
it.
them.
Rory's on here right now. Send it to Josh in Messenger or whatever. How's he got to send it to you, Josh?
Oh, what's for dinner?
Oh, dead and hot, preferably. I ain't gotta be dead. I ain't.
Jeff's going to go down to that bar down the
Asparagus,
road, which
scrambled
has amazing
eggs,
food, by the way,
and ground beef.
and a bunch of hot old cougar ladies in there.
It's the same thing I have for dinner every night for my second dinner.
But chop the horns off of it, walk it by the fire, and throw it on a plate. I'm good.
Yeah, and then he pours a ton of A1 on it, right?
No, it won't. If you steak sauce for your steak, you're doing shit wrong. I'm just saying.
No, I absolutely agree. If you put A1 on there,
You're a serial
know.
killer.
if it don't talk to me when I'm eating it, then I have to put A1 on it. I don't need to eat it.
They
I
don't
watched
move.
the Criminal Minds
Yeah.
yesterday.
I want it.
They said you're a serial killer if you use A1.
Yeah.
Yeah, for going to the salad bar.
Yeah, Dean Blevins is probably trying to take you guys to some lame ass salad bar so he can see. I knew it.
Hey, let's talk about Jeff Thomas and building a car in a week. Jeff
that
and
was amazing.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had to start with fixing what we fucked up.
According to some, it wasn't the best looking thing out on property. But
Hey, it is what it is.
No, that thing is gonna be a danger.
It didn't shift first time and first round, which kind of sucked. And we didn't even have the first kit turned on because I had a problem with the nitrous controller, just new car problems. But it's got the motor out of tray in it, the new converter, different gear in the rear end, like a couple different things I wanted to try. And that's the one thing that's good. The new converter from Pete over at Circle D looks like it's going to be the ticket to a good 5 or 6 more mile per hour in a car that's 400 or 500 pounds lighter than the Mustang. So
It's
It'll-
60 like a motherfucker.
it will, on paper, it should be fairly competitive. If not, I'll put a billet Hemi in it. Fuck it.
You got any job openings?
Yeah. Somebody that make it up, please. That'd be just great.
Yeah, no. That Ricky gonna be a bad motherfucker.
that's White Claw. It's always, no matter what, it's always gonna be White Claw.
To Limpy, it's White Claw because that was the first name, but
No.
all my cars are named after characters from Boys in the Hood, and White Claw was not a character in Boys in the Hood.
But your sister,
I remember White Cloud. No.
I heard the story behind it, so it will always be White Claw. You want, but it's gonna be White Claw.
You're right.
Why are they all named after people from Boys in the Hood?
Because the way that happened was, so I was I had the Black Nova, right? And we had built the car. And when I first built it, I had a big motor out, like a 706. Actually, and it was out, the motor I got, it was out of Barry Nicholson's car that used to be on Street Outlaws. You know who I'm talking about? What they call his car? What was the name of that car?
The Godfather.
The Godfather, yeah. Anyway, I was driving up to Muncie to go test the car, and John Molina, who's one of my really good friends, he sent me a text and said, "We got to name that car." And I didn't have no name, and then a little while later, he sent me a text message, and it was a picture of Furious Styles, which is dude, what's the guy's name? What's his name, Julie? No,
Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah,
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, who played, his name was Furious Styles in the movie. So, and he's like, he sent me the picture. In the movie, Lawrence Fishburne always has them stainless stress balls that you move around in your hand. So if you remember, the logo for Furious Styles was Lawrence Fishburne holding the stainless steel stress balls. Well, then when we built the Mustang, we named it Trey Styles, which was Furious Styles' son in the movie. That's why that name was that. So now, well, we built the Vega, which I just crashed, but that was going to be Doughboy. And then the new White Nova is Ricky. Now, Ricky gets murdered in the movie, and the logo for him is Ricky on the run right before he gets shot. No. So that's really my doing. John came up with it, and John agreed. I mean, I thought, man, what a cool name, Furious Styles. You know what I mean? So after that, they're just all. Matter of fact, Billy Fields is painting me a helmet right now that's going to be like a Boys in the Hood theme. And I don't know if you've seen the helmet he just painted for Callie Nate. I don't know. We split the pot over there at Decker Boys at the end of last year, and Billy gave the winners a helmet. Like, it was me and Isaac and it was Freddie. Hey, that reminds me, Freddie. Where was Freddie let fall at?
Oh, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
He sent me a message. He sent me a message the other day. He said he's not hitting another race and only testing for the gangster race. I can't remember what he said he had going on.
Huh.
Maybe I burned too much weed.
No, never.
That baton joint that he had.
Yeah, with the miniature baseball bat.
Yeah, that's the Detroit Tigers novelty bat you get at the stadium with the VIP pass. You know, Jeff, that's a huge thing too. The VIP section you create, that is so cool, man. Like, all my crew is calling you like already for Gangsters Race VIP tickets but man, it's sweet up there. Like, it really is something special. Like,
we're gonna change some things before Gangsters Paradise too to the west side of the track. We're gonna go in there and make some new good spectator places and more room. I'm trying to keep up with the way the race is growing. You know, I mean, people pay to get in. I want them to be able to see the race and but man, I'll tell you, if there are a few haters, whatever, man, 99.7% of them people. I mean, did you see that? Somebody posted a really good picture of the track at 1:30 in the morning Saturday night, and it was packed. It was packed at one. You know, I mean, that's crazy. Nobody wanted to leave. They want to see. You know, they're the real deal fans. I mean, they know the drivers. I mean, you know, when you go down the return road, they are all yelling your name and shit. It's I mean, you know what it does? I hate saying this because I'm not putting down any other event. I'm really not. But for you know, kind of like, remember when you go to a race like Hartshorn, or, you know, I mean, Hartshorn's pretty cool. You know, it's a cool place to race. Or Limpy's race at KD last year had that vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? When you go to one of them type events, then you leave there and I'm not going to mention a name. I'm not even thinking of a particular place, but you go to what I'm going to call one of our average events. It's hard to leave War in the Woods and go to one of them events the next weekend. That's a real letdown. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't let yourself get used to it because they're just not all like that same way. You know what I mean? I'm not patting myself on the back at all. I'm just saying the vibe down there, the atmosphere is just, it's just badass, man. I mean, it really.
yeah.
I
That's
tell
why
every
I tell
guy,
everyone it's the Super Bowl.
I'm not locking into War in the Woods. My shit's not fast enough, right? I'm like, bro, it's $300. We got a second chance race. You're going to get 2 hits. And I guarantee you, even if you go out first round of the main race and the second chance, you will be thrilled with paying the $300 for the experience. And every single one of them that's done it agreed 1,000%. I mean, if you do this and you haven't come and raced it, if you're a small tire, no prep racer, and you haven't lined up in the woods, you're missing out. That's
Anybody want a cat?
absolute fact.
No,
Hey.
you know what I did have an idea for you.
Guy to repeat win. That's a pretty big deal, man. So that's pretty cool for Ryan. Big, cool accomplishment. Only one that can pound his chest on that one.
And there ain't a better guy around to deserve it. Like, Ryan's such a nice teddy bear.
Well, if you were paying attention, second round when he drew the bye, I'm going to tell you right now, if Vegas was putting odds on it, he was the favorite. There ain't no fucking doubt about that. And I'm going to tell you right now, like right then, there wasn't anybody that was close to his ET. I guarantee he was rolling.
Yes, 100%. Jacob sitting next to me knows. Like, everyone was asking me on the line, every single race, every single round, who's taking this? I never once flinched and was like, Ryan Mitchell. Like, and I don't want to take anything away from those other dude. Bank Robber was flying. The Prestons were flying. Like, Brian White. I love that no one talks about that guy because all that does is allow me to keep betting on that motherfucker and getting rich.
Dude,
Because that guy is such an intelligent dude. He actually is the one that came over after the first round and figured out my throttle body. Like,
Dude, when he talks to me, I feel dumb.
You bet, dude. Like, his knowledge on like weird things from the Supercross background and stuff is just, yeah, he's just such a good guy too, man. He'd help anyone too. And that's what you get at War in the Woods, really. You get more of this like tribe mentality that once you're a part of it, you're like in the club. And that's why everyone gets along so well, because you're all going through that war together. It's a good race.
Brian's smart. I'm excited to see all the changes he's going to make between now and Gangsters.
I know of a few.
Yeah, he's stoked about it. Says it's going to be a huge game changer. So
I think he'll figure something out. He's smart. But yeah, Ryan deserved that so much, man. He's just such a good dude. And he's done it so long and he's been so good for so long.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. They're a great group of people over there.
They are. Let's wrap this up. I got to eat dinner again. Hey, Jacob there.
What do you even eat? You look so damn skinny there, dude. I almost didn't recognize you like 3 different times. I was like, who's that dude? Oh, it's Josh.
Bro, I eat 6 fucking meals a day now. I heard this nutritionist. He's got me eating more food than I did before. But
like okra or something?
Huh?
What, okra or something?
No, I'm gonna eat ground beef, the scrambled eggs, and asparagus. I just had ground turkey, rice, and broccoli. I mean, it's all good shit.
What is Jeff and Limpy going to eat?
Beef.
Listen, let's not even talk about it because when I first started this off,
That's my man.
When I first
right
started
there,
this
dude.
off, I talked to Jeff, and he was telling me all this shit I had to do and that he does none of. I followed
So
what he
every
said.
time I see Jeff or go down there, we go to some ballin' ass place and just gorge
I know.
food. I
That's how
love
he
it.
treated. That's how he treats me.
Oh,
This motherfucker. Look, we're at PRI. We're at PRI, and he's giving me shit about my diet, and then the motherfucker eats a big ass piece of cheesecake in front of me.
You know what you should do?
Oh man.
shit. I love you guys. I'm
Hey,
out.
I actually like okra, man. Okra's
No one
good.
likes okra. You should be hanging with Dean Blevins.
I like
No,
fried,
okra's good. If you make it with hot sauce, it's actually pretty good.
fried okra. I love fried okra.
Yeah, fried okra with hot sauce. Oh, it's
I don't
good
even
as
know
fuck.
what it is. I just used it because I always see those like woked out hippie people eating it. So I
No, you got to
figured
eat
it's good
down
for you.
south hillbilly / black people okra. First off, you can't eat hipster okra. Fuck them people.
Like I said, I really don't know what it is. I literally
If they
eat
enunciate,
meat
listen, if
and
they
cheese
enunciate words,
and some sort
you
of
don't want to
bread
eat
or
their
bread.
okra. Pretty much. Corner bar, Mexican. Hey, is Jake up there?
Yeah, is that where we're going, Dean?
Hey, hey, how's Jasper treating you, my man? Is everything good over there?
We're gonna go eat tacos after this, man. Life's amazing. Like I'm gonna eat like 7 of them. Like just they're the greasiest tacos you've ever met.
You got the rolling down your arms, and yeah,
But don't you worry, I'll have my Pedialyte with me wherever I go. Got to stay hydrated. That's how I
Yeah.
got through that weekend, man. I drank like 2 of those a day. Dude, that was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
We could ride down to that Dollar General and snag them.
did y'all get
Yeah.
busted by the cops or no?
No, but we did buy chocolate milk for all the girls that were parking people because those girls were so nice. We actually had a blast with them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think more than 25 have a solid chance. The list is no joke.
Yeah, I think more than
No,
25.
yeah, it's serious. Like if you didn't, if you better have a really good reason if you got an invite and didn't come. I don't know how you turn that down. I don't know how you get
Just out of pride.
called
of
one of the
pride.
best and not show up for that, man. And don't get me
I mean,
wrong, there can be things like you had some, your daughter's graduation from some, I'm not saying that's the time of year or what, but something of that caliber, I can understand that, there are other things that are a little more important than racing, especially when you got family and shit, but it
only
better
like
be
3.
it better be a hell of a reason like that, man. It better be something.
Yeah, because you can have birthday parties at the track.
We would be having the graduation there. I don't know. I'd figure
Yeah.
out what I had to sell and how I could get the whole school there. You just do this up here, man, and I promise you'll have fun afterwards. Like, we'll let you throw the hats on the starting line.
That's right.
But yeah, that race is going to be crazy. There's honestly, I can't think of anything ever like it. Like, there is not a pair that you're not going to want to watch. Like,
But
it's going to be wild. Like, there's just nothing like it. That I know.
absolutely.
Are you? Bill's asking if you're selling VIP for the gangster race, Jeff.
yeah, they'll probably go on sale. I don't know, maybe
Next week.
Yeah, probably next week, the end of next week, probably something like that. Usually, I do them like 2 weeks before the event. So,
Bill will be buying them.
oh yeah,
I agree, Jody. I think probably everybody I've seen. Jeff, you should release when you send out an invite. It should also go with a disclaimer at the bottom of if you don't accept, there will be public shaming. Posting everybody's name that turned down the invite.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I can't promote stuff like that. I ain't trying to get famous on blue collar street racing. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna stay
Yeah.
on the down low.
Yeah, Falcon taking out the cranks is a big statement. For sure.
That
I mean,
Falcon's fast, man. Anyone
can't-
that don't think so, line up. I'm telling you, that car works like every time almost. Tell me the last time you saw it not make a run.
oh yeah,
Like totally
no, it's,
fuck a run up. Don't get me wrong, I've seen them like have too much wheel speed, or I've seen them get loose or whatever and pedal or whatever, but like that car goes A to B almost every friggin' time, man. Like
no, that car is usually pretty underrated until it does something amazing. Their program is solid. Every vehicle, their program is solid. Whatever
I'm telling
class
you,
they're
that
in.
Nova is gonna be fast, man.
Oh, that thing was moved down beautifully and effortlessly. And I like their strategy because they didn't try to kill it off the rip, but every pass it was going faster and faster, and it just looked better and better.
Hey
They were
man,
very
they've had a
smart
lot
about
of
that.
issues with it lately. Like they blew the motor up, and the one deal where the slug come out the crank and wiped it out. I mean, that's kind of was in my head in the race too, you know, like we'd been down a while. I didn't want to go down again real quick, you know, so I was always in my head, you know, like be safe, be safe. My car went so straight, it was awesome. But yeah, that car is gonna be fast. I've watched it. He come up to Onondaga one time, and Onondaga, Jeff, you've been there once. That's probably about as close as you get to War in the Woods. It's nowhere near as narrow. There's not grass in the middle. It
Where?
definitely don't have that feel, but surface wise, it's really bumpy, and it's fast bumpy. So like it's a pretty comparable surface. And Billy showed up there, and dude, that thing looks like it's not even going over. Like it just soaks the bumps right up. I mean, he won the event that day. He kicked my ass first round pretty bad. I mean, we were with him for a second, and he drove around us.
Yeah, they got a very, very solid program, man.
I was
They do a
impressed
good
with
job.
that car. I've watched a lot of video on it. That's why we're fast probably this year, is I've studied so many cars, seeing how their ride height is and how long they're extending and everything. A lot of the Preston's videos, Logan Duvall did good too, man. That car flies, man. Logan Duvall
Everybody,
is a
I think
problem.
everybody did a great job.
Rusty
you know.
Lyons did good in fentanyl, man. That car was rolling too, man. It was such a good event, man. I can't stress that enough.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, listen to all those names I'm rattling off, all in one spot. If you miss that and you're into small, what? Like that was amazing. There was just so many ballers there, so many amazing cars, so many big names, so many good races. Did you see someone posted like a huge amount of the finish line camera? Like for a lot
I
of, he
missed
had
that
like
one.
6 or 7 of the finish line videos. Dude, there was so many close races, like so many races that were literally almost as close as me and Nate. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Matt said, man, you earned your money this weekend.
hell yeah, that guy did. God dang, dude. With that many people and all those fans and everyone screaming, like, you got to be feeling the pressure to make the right call. That hats off to that guy, man. The track staff was awesome too. Like I said, like you guys said, it ran so smooth. I was blown away. It was awesome. And then this one gangster ran down and was like, when the cops showed up for whatever reason, I don't know, but this gangster ran down to the road and was like, "You got a warrant? Oh, well then stay the fuck out of here." I thought that was hilarious.
Hell yeah. All right, brother. I love you guys.
Have a good one.
I got to go eat. Have a good one. Thanks for coming on. Fuck Mort.
Hey,
Of
nice
course.
meeting you. Thanks for all the hype for the event, and get ready. We're going to do it bigger here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. We'll be there. We'll be there Thursday.
Right on.
Again. I think I might have to come Wednesday. so I can try and pre-game a little sleep or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think I might, because I've got to be in South Texas the weekend before. I'm thinking about just coming straight up after I leave. I might go home, pack, and then go straight up that day.
I might have to. I'll probably just take that Thursday off. Come to think of it, that was part of my problem. Was I got up and worked, and then went to war. I could have had a much more leisurely day.
All right, it's dinner time for us.
Go eat dinner.
Later.
Have
See you.
fun, everyone. We'll talk to you
Later.
So great race, as always. Gangster's Paradise gonna be gangster. A lot of good shit coming up this week. Sick week, drag week. That'll be awesome down in Cordova. MKE Real Street Takeover at 41. Morocco. No Prep Mania at Dragway Magnolia. That's where I'll be Saturday. Hope to see everybody there. Battle of Monroe, Twin Cities, Blocks, No Prep Mayhem, and Cherokee. No Joke, No Prep, Twin Rivers, Street Outlaws, in Virginia. I don't know if you've ever been to that track or not. That is probably one of the most impressive tracks I've been to in all the country. That place is amazing for a big ass track. Outlaw Society at Shady Side, awesome track. Titans at 10-5, Ozark, NC Speed Labs, Rockingham. But let's talk about this one real quick. The next stop on the World Series Tour, the 24th. We're going to get all that information up here probably tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know what's going on with Facebook, but I can't put all the events up now. I have to wait for one event to be over to put the information up for the next one. As smart as these people are that do all this Facebook stuff, they're dumb. They do dumb shit. It used to work flawlessly, now it doesn't. So, 24th, I'll be in Chicago. Well, Morocco, same difference. US 41 for the fourth stop on the World Series of No Prep Tour. The sketchiest, shittiest surface to race backwards on, and guys go there and fly. So this is one of the most challenging surfaces in all of America. Basically, the shutdown is all chip and seal, old ass tar, chip and seal. But people got it figured out and they fly. So we're going to get with Brian and those guys and start getting that one hyped up. It's just in a few weeks. And then the week after that, or the weekend after that, Gangster's Paradise. Whew. Well, I mean, this week will be at Magnolia. Next week, I'm going to Detroit. The 18th is my birthday. So I'm going up to Detroit for, if I got to pick a birthday race, that's where I'll be. So we'll talk about all that stuff next week. In the meantime, everybody have a great week. And wait, why don't they have that up there? Friday I'll be at Muncie. I'm not sure why it's not on this list. I might talk to Kara. But Friday, Muncie, the Big End Banger's back. So Friday I'll be at Muncie, and then I'm going to go over to Magnolia on Saturday. So hopefully I'll see you guys at one of those or both of those events. We'll have a great time as always. Everybody have a great week. I got to go eat.